there's this incredible experience that I'm having right now, and everything is, it feels like everything is falling into place. It's like I'm realizing these truths for the first time, but it's not the first time. But I'm coming back to, I can look back at the past few years, and I can really see how all of it was or happened at the exact right time. And it's been excuse me. um the first part of my journey, after I had my awakening, and everything was really confusing, then it was as if I started this journey, right, in experience. And the first part of it for me was to heal, was to open my heart, because I had lived my entire life in my mind, and I had no connection to my heart. I of course I cared about people, but and I felt love for people, but I wasn't open. I wasn't open. So this first journey was to allow the heart to open, to tell myself that I was safe, to experience that I was safe, to open my heart, to be seen, to be heard. And it took a lot of breathing, a lot of intentional heart opening. It took experiencing the pain that had made my heart close, but knowing that I was in a space where I was safe to feel that, to hold that for myself. And then I started experiencing this magical reality that had opened to me in the spiritual awakening. but which I kind of remembered but couldn't really access or believe in even. But with this heart opening, I started to experience it. I started I started talking to the trees. I started, you know, hearing the voices of the ancestors, the spirits, the spirit, the one spirit, right? I started being connected to other dimensions and to God, right? To animals. I could feel people. So, no, my gift started coming in. And then I moved into the next phase where I had started opening my heart. I had opened my heart. I had cracked it open. Um, and with that came a lot of trauma. A lot of trauma came up. And and challenging experiences. And I started almost seeking out the hard stuff, the painful stuff, because I wanted to grow and I was looking for something. I was still looking for the full picture. I didn't know what it was, but I just knew that I wasn't there yet. There was still something inside me that was pushing me along, that was driving me towards something. And so I started practicing Kundalini yoga. I was already obviously into yoga, meditation, all of that stuff, but started practicing Kundalini yoga. Started just physical practices to clear my trauma from my energetic field. And again, that I didn't even know that's what I was doing, but I was guided in this direction, right? And I moved through that experience, learning how we can um, empty out, reset, regenerate our energetic field. We can literally clear out trauma. We can bring it up and we can allow it to transform. We can alchemize in the moment, and we can do that through practices. We can do that through our own knowing and intuition. And then it was like I came back into my mind again, because I started to try to understand the nature of our existence, nature of my own experience. I was trying to understand it. I knew that I didn't have all the answers. I felt like I was reaching for a god or for something that was outside of me, and something that I could connect to. And I could connect to it and go deep into one consciousness and all those magical experiences, but I didn't feel like it was me. And it was still beautiful. It was great. But I was still searching. I still hadn't found my way back. And then through the teachings of Francis Lucille and non-duality, one day in meditation, it just, the understanding landed for me. I was experiencing consciousness. We were guided to experience our bodies, and I did, but then I had read from Rupert Spira that he had been trying to find the limit or the edge of consciousness. And I started looking for the edge of my consciousness, and I started looking for the place within me where it was located, and I couldn't find anything. And I couldn't find an edge. And I don't remember anything else, but I then opened my eyes and everything was different. Somehow the understanding had landed with me completely. I opened my eyes and I saw all of these things that I have around me. I didn't understand why I needed any of them. I was looking at the world and I was wondering for what reason I had made every decision that I've made in my life, why none of it seemed to matter. And I was completely stunned. I didn't know what to do. So I landed with this intellectual understanding, and obviously experiential. But to me, it felt more intellectual than my other experiences before, because most of my experiences have been very physical. But somehow I had missed that understanding, the intellectual but also experiential understanding that I am everything. I am all of it. And this is what's so funny now, because a few months have passed since then and I started getting confused because I was like, oh yeah, I'm everything. Everything's fine. But then, you know, life goes on. We're still human. I'm still human. And I'm having human experiences. Doesn't matter if I know and I'm still landing in that full understanding of that, I think. But that I am oneness, right? Um, but it's as if life started showing me, come back into the heart. It was kind of like I went from mind into heart, from heart into mind again. And then life reminded me in many different ways, you have to come back to the heart. You have to remember that you're human. And no matter if you understand non-duality, and you know non-duality, you still live in a dual world. Duality is still part of what your existence is. And life will present you with the good and the bad, the gift of understanding non-duality, the gift of understanding our true essence, the gift of understanding our being as one. Is that you can keep coming back to it in the experiences of life. But you still have to play the game. you still have to be part of it. You know, gone are the days when yogis would sit in caves, and I know there are still people doing that, but the age that we're living in is not the age of going hiding away to be with God. That's not our destiny. Our destiny is to bring non-duality, is to bring God, is to bring this understanding of truth, of who we are as human beings, what our nature is, what our purpose is. Bring that into society, bring that into our everyday lives, no matter what we do for work. No matter if we are single or we have a family, to bring that understanding into every situation that we encounter. That is our part here. We are the evolution of the human race. We're raising consciousness with our choices, with our choices to heal, our choices to recognize our soul, and then our choices to understand that we live in a dual world. And we experience everything. And when we do, we can choose to remember, choose to come back to our understanding as ourselves, as one. And that is an experiential experience, understanding that is not a intellectual understanding. And it's so funny because I feel like I have just taken a freaking full round, what is it, 360? I'm literally back where I started. What's that? Oh, there's that great quote by that person that I don't remember his name. I don't remember who said it. About coming back to where you started and realizing that nothing is the same or everything is the same or something. Great quote. But yeah, because I'm back. I'm back to experiencing my heart. I'm back to talking to nature. I'm back to living in this full expression of being a human. And at the same time, there is this deeper understanding that I was looking for, accompanying that. So when I speak to nature, I know that I'm not speaking to nature, I'm speaking to myself in a different form. And at the same time, I also know that I'm a freaking human talking to a tree. It's both. It's both. All right. Thank you.